this video is to show you how to record, how to use OBS for recording. Um, I am not going to, I might get to that point of actually showing you an example of some record, but let's get started by downloading it, installing it, and then basically see how the OBS is used. So if you're already here looking at OBS, you probably would have already known what OBS is, so I won't be talking much about that aspect. But otherwise, it's more or less, it's function more or less like Zoom, but has more kind of features compatibility with video recording compared to Zoom. So I'm just going to download it from here, and I will choose this version that is right here, and possibly pay for Windows. Um, Yeah, so I'll choose window in this case. So it'll take a few seconds and they're basically going to be here once it's downloaded. All right, so I can open my folder. I'll drop this one here. So this is not part of it. I did download this for the program earlier. So you could ignore this. The OBS one you should install should be this software. This is basically the OBS background remover. So I'll double click on it to install it. Right, so right here I have it. Yes, you change. And I just follow through the process of installation. So that would have gone to my program file, so that is fine. All right, so those files are extracted. So view release notes, I don't have to do that, so finish. So it all depends on where you find some of this program, your system, but right here, mine has automatically opened. Going to drag the other window. There were two windows open here. I actually um, might actually show the other screen. That might be a lot easier for you to follow. So let me quickly do that. You go to share. I'll stop this sharing and share my other screen because everything seems to be default to that screen. So share screen 3. All right, so it's easier to see here. Now, so basically it shows me optimize stream recording, the secondary. So I won't really bother changing this one at this stage. You could always go back to settings if you have to set it for any reasons. Current use basically covers, we have other display, multiple options here. I'm going to leave it at 9. Okay, so 928, 1080. I would have preferred to choose, okay, one of these options should be fine. Current use is fine. Uh, this, you could change this if you want to do live streaming, but I'll leave it at default. So basically, so in fact, I will cancel this completely because I'm not doing live streaming, so won't really bother about this. Okay, now you have to create a scene. You could name this scene whatever you want to name it, but there's always default scene that comes with it. So your scene is basically your production. So, but I could create another scene and name this as um, teaching or basically course 101. And say okay. And then right here under sources, okay, under sources, so I will add my um, microphone. So my microphone is already picked up at the moment as default, but you can always set that or you have to add those things here. So I'll choose the microphone. So audio in, I'll name that as my headset. If this is the microphone, I want to name this for sets. I made that okay. So I could choose that to be the correct headset I'm using. Use the device. No, I don't really bother about that. Click OK. And next I'll add to my outputs. So my output could also be my device I'm using right here. So I'll call this my, again, speaker. Let's go headsets. All right, so I have that second one there, and then you click OK. Then the next, I would basically the good thing about the OBS is that you could be displaying another screen somewhere, and you want that screen to be streamed along with your other videos, where you could have like two videos at the same time. So want the if you want it for that purpose, one thing that you could do, I think this is blocking me right here. I'll move this one down here. Okay, that seems to move. So I can minimize this to see that plus sign somewhere. Yep. So what I will do at this stage, I will add a screen if I want to display any specific screen. Right here, let's say, for example, we have the OBS websites that I opened earlier right here. So let's say I want to display that second screen. I'll click on this plus sign, go to display capture. Okay. And name that what you want that to be. And I'll call it my screen 2. So I'll say okay. And then I'll choose the screen. Right, so you could see that is already displayed here, and I'm okay with this. I don't have to change anything. These are other options. If you are displaying window, so it's basically going to display maybe entire windows or different windows. But again, I want it to be automatic. Whatever is on that screen, I want it to be displayed on my video. So I'll click OK. If you were just looking at displaying only browser, then you could choose browser. But that'll give you a limitation because if you move that browser around, that is the only thing that could be displayed. So not something on the screen. So that's another way of maintaining some level of privacy. For my device camera, so that my camera can show. Now you are seeing my camera here because I'm using Zoom to record this. But if you download yours without Zoom on, you won't see your camera here for sure. So this is Zoom camera. But if I want my camera to show somewhere here, while I record and while the record is taking place, my camera is showing here like what you might find is on Zoom. Then in that case, I have to add what we call the video capture device. So I'll call this my default camera. Let's say okay to that. Basically, it's asking me right now to choose my camera. So I'm going to choose this one, which I'm using for this purpose. And then if you need to change any of the configuration, you can. But at this point in time, I really don't see any reason why I want to change anything. So yeah, it depends on what you want to use the OBS for, the level of streaming. Just use it for lecture, teacher creation, and kind of other things. So it's the basic ones is just adequate for that purpose. All right, so right here I have my camera, and I have my speaker, and I have my mic. So these are all the things I need. Okay. So screen 2. I'll rename this screen 2 because I don't want to mistake that to be seen or others. So I'll basically rename it as monitor 2. Probably just to make sure that I'm not mistaking sources here. So that is the monitor that I'm displaying right here. So the problem with OBS is that I could check, you could say that my background for Zoom is customized, but for the OBS, you can customize that. There's a little bit of challenges in trying to customize that. But if you want to make any changes to the background, you could right click on it and then you choose filter. Once you choose filter, you could come down here and choose one of these. So I could check this, for example. It's just going to make the background of the camera to brown, but you can still see what is on the background. It's not going to be as clear as what it will used to be, just like the basic blurring system that is on most devices. But if you want it to be changed to something else, remove the background on your video. There's a different way of doing that, and it's quite a complicated process for some people because you have to include plugin to your computer. So I'm going to make a video on that. And once that video is ready, now make it available for you to know how to change the background. But I hope this video is useful to you. And now, okay, before you go, if you want to start using it to record, you basically come here. You could see from here, for example, it says start recording. I'll click on start recording. So right now, ideally, you would have expected that the record is taking place. But the problem I have right now, I did not specify where the record is going to go once the record is completed. So I could stop this at this stage and then basically go and create a file where I want my recording to go. Okay, so to do that, I'll pause this for now, or just kind of stop it completely. Okay, so if you check now, it might be somewhere on my computer. It could be on any of those folders that I have on the computer, but I could always locate it where it takes. Okay. All right, so to create a file where you want the record to go, you go to File, and in File, you go to Setting. In Setting, you check, you go to Outputs, and in the output, my file at the moment, I'll go to Video. So my file at the moment is going somewhere in the videos. So that's where it is on my computer. I could go to my computer, I save file and basically locate my recorded video from there. You could always change that. You go to browse and then you specify exactly where you want it to be on your computer. So for me, I actually want it to be somewhere here. Let's select that folder. You could see that change and then you apply and OK. Now, whenever I record, it's going to go to that particular file and I can always go back there to locate the recording that I have completed. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do have any issue, you think it's something that I could help you to troubleshoot, just let me know.